Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Millett Hall. My name is Jake Zirolli, and I am back for coverage of this Miami RedHawks presentation of men's basketball. We're back at Millett Hall. If you think my voice is familiar, that's because it probably is. You just heard from me a few short minutes ago, and now I'm back here for the pregame show for this men's basketball clash with Trinity Christian. And this is going to be a tough one for Miami, I think. This Trinity Christian side, even though they are NAIA, this is a tough team to beat. They've got a lot of good scores. They got a lot of tough players, and I think this game is going to be a lot more difficult, certainly a lot more difficult than that women's game was for the Lady RedHawks to win against Cedarville. This is the first meeting in their history between these two schools. Even though they are somewhat near each other, both Midwest programs, this is their first head-to-head clash. 2025 season so far, Miami is, of course, 1-0 with that win over Old Dominion on Monday, 87-72. They're 7th of 13 in the MAC. The MAC taking the win in the Sun Belt MAC Challenge. Miami doing its part, winning its leg of that. In that 87-72 win over Old Dominion, the scoring leader was Brant Byers with 18 points for the RedHawks. The sophomore, 6'8", 200 pounds from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. He had 18 points and 2 rebounds on 66.7% shooting. So a pretty good day for the sophomore there. The rebound leader was Ian Elmer, number 0, the junior, 6'6", 215 from Covington, Kentucky. Only 5 points, but 8 rebounds and an assist. Only 14.3% shooting from the field, but he did his job. He got the boards. That was a tough game that they had to grind out against the Monarchs, and his rebounds were a key part of that. And the assist leader was Luke Skaljak, the sophomore from Brecksville, Ohio, standing at 6 feet 2, 190 pounds. All 3 of those leaders were guards, so this backcourt for Miami is deadly, folks. In that last game, he was the assist leader with 4, also adding 10 points and 7 rebounds on 22.2% shooting. For the team, they shot 50% from the field, half their shots dropping, which they needed as originally they were ice cold, but they started to heat up as the first half progressed, and then they came out firing in the second. From 3, 29.2% was their make rate. They're going to need that to improve if they want to keep this game under wraps. And from the line, they shot 81.5%, which is better than they were last year. Last season, they were 72.4% from the line, which was 7th in the MAC. So good that they're improving that. However, that three-point percentage is uncharacteristically low, 10 percentage points lower than it was for themselves last season. Last season, they led the MAC in three-point shooting, 39.7%. That is real good, folks, if you don't know. Making 1 out of every 3 threes, almost 2 out of every 5, that's pretty good. 29.2% is nothing to shake a stick at either, but it's not what this RedHawks team is used to. They did have a slow start, as I mentioned. They trailed by as many as 14 to the Monarchs. They just got off real slow. Old Dominion was shooting the ball really, really well. At one point, I believe the score was 39-25. They ended up getting it down to 8 points at half. I think it was 45-37. But in that second half, they came out. They started making shots. Thankfully, Old Dominion started missing shots. The less said about that, the better. Miami comes out with the win. They played a real tough game. They didn't give up there. I'm sure Travis Steele was real proud of his team and how they stuck in there to win that game against tough opposition. I'm sorry, folks. I have the hiccups, but we're good now. Starting 5 last game consisted of Brant Byers, who I mentioned, and Elmer, who I also mentioned. Peter Suter, the guard, senior, 6'5", 215 from Carmel, Indiana, the Bellarmine transfer from 2 seasons ago. Evan Ipsaro, the junior, 6 feet, 180 pounds from Crestview Hills, Kentucky. And the big man, Antoine Wolfuk, the senior, 6 feet, 9 inches, 245 pounds from Cleveland, Ohio, a Rutgers transfer 2 seasons ago. In that game, he had 12 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist on 75% shooting from the field. Now let's look at Trinity Christian, the Trolls. That's a fun name, isn't it? Their mascot's even more fun. If you want to look it up, it's pretty fun to look at. They are 1-1 on the season so far. They are 7th of 12 in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference, the CCAC. So a conference made up of teams surrounding the Chicago area. Trinity Christian in Palos Heights, Illinois, about 5 hours from Ox Vegas here. The head coach, David Osborne, in his second season with a 9-21 record with the Trolls. They had a tough season last year, going 8-20, 5-15 in the conference, finishing 11th of 12 in the CCAC, so almost in the basement. They are an NAIA program. They're also members of the NCCAA, similar to Cedarville in our last women's game, the National Christian Collegiate Athletic Association. Miami is their only Division I team on their schedule. So I know I've used this line so many times, and listeners are probably sick of it, but they're going to try and come in here and ruffle some feathers. Hopefully they're not RedHawk feathers. I'm sorry, it's corny, I know, but I got to say it. Our stat leaders for Miami, we're going to go the last game for each team. So Miami against Old Dominion, Trinity Christian against Clark, which is a school in Wisconsin. The scoring leaders for Miami last game, Byers with 18, Ipsaro with 16, Suter with 14. For Trinity Christian against Clark, their scoring leaders, the top one was Brandon Adorno with 17 points. The 6 feet guard, the senior from Chicago, a transfer from Marion, a Wisconsin school. After that was Garrett Green, the senior 6'5" forward from Oak Lawn, Illinois, a transfer from Quincy, and then Walsh, now in his second season at Trinity Christian with 14 points last game. And their third leading scorer was number 3, Tylen Harris, the senior guard, 6 feet tall from Indianapolis, a transfer from Glen Oaks a few seasons ago. He had 11 points of his own, adding a rebound and 2 assists. Speaking of rebounds, Miami, the leader, as I said, was Elmer with 8. Then it was Skaljak with 7 and Wolfwick with 5. For Trinity Christian, Jaden Gilzine from East Hartford, Connecticut, just over the town line with my hometown, West Hartford, Connecticut. So shout out the 860. That was really corny. I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, a junior from East Hartford, Connecticut, 6 feet 5 inches. The transfer from Essex County Community College. Last game, 13 points, 7 rebounds. The leader for the Trolls and 1 assist. Corey George with 4 rebounds. The 6'7" Chicago forward, a transfer from Kalamazoo Valley, the junior. He had 4 rebounds, adding 9 points as well. And then from Serbia, Onyen Petkovic, the junior, 6 feet tall, adding 4 rebounds as well as 4 points and 2 assists, shooting 50% from the field. Going into the assist counter, it's Luke Skaljak, the leader for Miami, with 4, Ipsaro with 2, and Sutter with 2 as well. With the assists very evenly spread out for Trinity Christian against Clark, there were 7 players with 2 assists. They are as follows: Adorno, Harris, Petkovic, Ryan Gierhan, the junior guard from Chicago, 6 feet 2 inches, transfer from Ava Maria 2 seasons ago. Silas Spalding, the junior, 6 feet tall from Wilkinson, Indiana, a transfer from Franklin 3 seasons ago, I believe. Wandy Munoz, the sophomore guard, 5 feet 9 inches from Santiago, the Dominican Republic, transfer from Bryant and Stratton. And Aiden Salati, the forward 6'6" from Oviedo, Florida, the transfer from St. Ambrose, adding 2 assists, as well as 6 rebounds for him. So those 7 players, all with 2 assists. As the clock ticks just below 14 minutes, we're going to move into some roster analysis. For Miami, the veterans are many. They're not a big transfer team. Excuse me. Which I'm sure Coach Steele will like in his 4th season. Ipsaro is one of the veterans, a junior. Suter is a senior, a transfer from Bellarmine 2 seasons ago. As is Wolfwick, a senior, a transfer from Rutgers 2 years ago. Their only big new transfer is the 6'8", 235 forward from Reykjavik, Iceland, Almar Atlason, a transfer from the Bradley Braves in the Missouri Valley Conference. So he is their new roster addition. Last game, he had 8 points and an assist, and last season for Bradley, he averaged 5.7 points, 2 rebounds, and just under an assist on 40.7% shooting. For Trinity Christian, their big vets are Petkovic, who is a junior. Danny Staskunas, the 6'3" guard from West Allis, Wisconsin, a junior, who last season averaged 11 points, 2.9 rebounds, and 2 assists on just under 1 of 3 shooting. And Quentin Hunter, the junior guard from Crest Hill, Illinois, is another veteran for Trinity Christian. Their transfers, Adorno, as I said, is a transfer from Marion. He is a senior. Garrett Green, as I said, has had a bit of a saga, stopping at Quincy and Walsh. And he is a senior. And then Munoz, the sophomore, just coming in from Bryant and Stratton. Our players to watch for Miami, it's got to be Brant Byers, the leading scorer last week with 18 points. The 6'8" guard from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, the sophomore. He is a tall guard. Not only can he create points for himself, but he can also dish it out. So we'll see how his dual threat tendencies translate in this game against the Trolls. Antoine Wolfick, one to watch as well. We'll have to see how he spars with the forwards for Trinity Christian, notably Corey George and Garrett Green, as well as John Kvek, the junior from Grant Park, Illinois. Wolfick had 5 rebounds last game, plus 12 points, and he averaged 7.7, 5.4, and 1.2 last year. He looks to step up more in this Miami offense as he will be a perennial starter. And our last one to watch is the new transfer, Almar Atlaston, the 6'8" junior from Reykjavik, Iceland. A transfer from Bradley, really their big name transfer for Miami. He had 8 points in his last game and shot 41% from the field last year. We'll see if he can keep up that scoring as a bench guy. For Trinity Christian, Garrett Green is my main man to watch. 6 feet 5 inches, the senior from Oaklawn, Illinois. As I said, the double transfer. His career high, folks, is 33 points. So hopefully Miami is able to limit his scoring prowess. As I said, last game, he had 14 points and 3 rebounds. Last season, 13.2 points, 5.9 assists, and 1.9 rebounds. Our other guy to watch, we got 2 more for Trinity Christian. Silas Spalding, the guard from Wilkinson, Indiana, the 6 feet tall junior. 18 points in his career high, which was set last year. Didn't average much last year, but he's looking to transform into more of a role this year with 6 points in the last game. And our last guy to watch for Trinity Christian is Brandon Adorno. 17 points in the last game. He averaged 14, 2, and 3 for Marion last year. So we'll see if he can bring that productive scoring to Trinity Christian this year. We'll take you around the top 25 and the MAC here in the world of men's basketball. And it is a real good slate in the top 25, folks. Number 1, Purdue up 14-11. 8 minutes gone against the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, who the Miami women will actually go and play in their next game. Purdue up 3 there in West Lafayette. The 9th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats take on the Valparaiso Beacons, They are up 30-8 halfway through the first half. The big heavyweight fight, Kansas and North Carolina in Chapel Hill. The 25th-ranked Tar Heels playing host to the 19th-ranked Jayhawks. Kansas up 18-13 during a TV timeout with 11:20 left in the first half. Coming up, the 4th-ranked UConn Huskies from my home state of Connecticut will take on the UMass Lowell RiverHawks at 7:30 at the XL Center in Hartford. Texas Tech, the 10th-ranked Red Raiders, take on Sam Houston at home in Lubbock. That is at 8 o'clock. 8:30, we got 2 games. 17th-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini take on the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Who remembers that March Madness run? I sure do. We'll see if they can replicate an upset here against the Fighting Illini. Also at 8:30, a familiar MAC name for the RedHawks, the Northern Illinois Huskies, head over to Madison, Wisconsin, to the Kohl Center. The 24th-ranked Badgers await there. We'll see if Northern Illinois can cause an upset there of the Badgers. At 9 o'clock, Utah Tech will travel to the 13th-ranked Arizona Wildcats at the McHale Memorial Center in Tucson. Arizona looking to improve to 2-0 in the season and move up those rankings. Then the nightcap at 10:30, Pepperdine at UCLA. UCLA, the 12th-ranked Bruins. So at Pauley Pavilion, UCLA looks to get to 2-0 against usually a pretty solid Pepperdine team. The Waves sometimes do challenge for that West Coast Conference title. Of course, the heavyweights Gonzaga and St. Mary's. Other games in the MAC currently going on. It's halftime in Buffalo. Buffalo up 32-28 over the Green Bay Phoenix. The Bulls at 1-0, looking to get 2-0 in both of their home games so far. With 11 minutes left in the first, Kent State leads Cornell at home, 26-20. So the Golden Flashes up there on the big red. Ball State is just getting started against Mansfield. They're up 8-4. Just before 7 minutes of play have been elapsed. So Ball State looking to improve to 2-0 against Mansfield. Miami getting started here in about 7 minutes, and then Northern Illinois against Wisconsin, as I mentioned earlier. So we'll go through my keys to the games. I'm about to give it away to Andrew Relvas. For the play-by-play, I will not be on color. It'll be Sean instead. Miami, it's just to continue to shoot well. They've been shooting really well so far. As I said, they were first in the MAC last year in field goal percentage, 48.1%, and they were first in the MAC in three-point percentage, 39.7%. So they got to be able to continue to hit the outside shot. They got to also make their free throws. They were 7th in the MAC last year in free throws, 72.4% from the charity stripe. They got to make those free throws. And in that vein of free throws, they have to not foul Trinity Christian, because as I'll get into, Trinity Christian shoots the free throw really, really well. They were first in the CCAC last season, 76.9% from the charity stripe. And as we get into now Trinity Christian's keys to the game, it's for them to draw fouls so they can get to the line. They're good at shooting free throws. They got to do what they're good at, and that's how they will get to the line, is by drawing fouls against this physical Miami team. They have to limit those outside shots, conversely to how Miami has to make those outside shots. Limiting those outside shots is going to be big for Trinity Christian if they want to keep themselves in this game and not get shot out of the gym here at Millett. And their last key for Trinity Christian is to play scrappy, play tough basketball. An NAIA team coming in, trying to again, I'm not going to use that really bad joke there, ruffle some feathers. Trinity Christian going to need to play tough basketball if they want to stay in this game with this high-flying RedHawks team. My prediction for this game, it's going to be a comfortable Miami win. I'm saying 88-63. I was a little off with my women's prediction. Hopefully my men's one will be better. That is all for me on the pregame show. You will hear from me again at halftime. I'm now going to kick it to Andrew Relvas and Sean on the broadcast. My name is Jake Zirolli. Thank you for listening. I'll be back at halftime. Please enjoy this presentation of Miami RedHawks men's basketball on Red Hawk Radio. We'll see you again in a few minutes.
Good evening and welcome inside Millett Hall for Game 2 of our doubleheader, this time on the men's side for the Miami RedHawks as they take on the Trinity Christian Trolls, a team that Miami has never faced before. And this will be a certainly interesting matchup because it's Miami, a Division I team, facing off against an NAIA team in Illinois. And this is a matchup we don't really see very often. We see Division II teams, we see Division III teams, but an NAIA team taking on Miami. My name is Andrew Relvas, joined alongside Sean Wiesemann. And Sean, Miami in their last game came from behind to take down a good Old Dominion team in the Sun Belt Conference. It took a little while, but 50 points in the second half ended up being a clear and calm victory for the RedHawks.
Yeah, I was impressed, and you could tell that was just the veteran leadership on this team up and down the lineup. You go, Ian Elmer, Pete Suter, Ipsaro, these are all guys who have played some big minutes and big games, obviously, who started on last year's team. And you could just tell that they were just not phased. They've come back in games like this in the past, and just another easy victory for the RedHawks and extending their home win streak up to almost, 20 games now?
16 straight home wins dating back to last year. They lost the opener to Wright State, but since then they haven't looked back. They've looked really good here at home, and that's actually a record. The second longest record was 13 wins in a row in 1999, but the RedHawks have cleared that.
Something to note, and I know we kind of mentioned, we were talking about this before the broadcast, but this is actually Trinity Christian's last season as a program, as a university, period. They actually just announced about a day or two ago that they are shutting down their university at the very end of this academic year. So certainly interesting. So this will be the only matchup between the Miami RedHawks and the Trinity Christian Trolls.
Got the national anthem in about 14 seconds, so with that we will take a break. Stay with us for a big one between Miami and Trinity Christian here on Friday night. Welcome back inside Millett Hall. Starters have been announced. First for Travis Steele's RedHawks, it is Peter Suter, Ian Elmer, Brant Byers, Evan Upsaro, and a surprise, it's Almar Atlason starting over Antoine Woolfolk, the former Rutgers Scarlet Knight. Meanwhile, for the Trinity Christian Trolls, led by David Osborne in his second year, Brennan Adorno, Garrett Green, Tylen Harris, Aiden Solani, and Ryan Gearhan are your starting five for the Trolls. So no Woolfolk in the starting lineup, but we got Atlason, a dangerous three-pointer, and the RedHawks are looking to use him as a weapon in the starting lineup tonight.
Absolutely, and he still gives you a lot of size as a forward. He's 6'8". I mean, he gives you a lot of length still. That obviously, and Woolfolk gives you, but he still kind of gives you more of like a stretch wing, whereas Woolfolk's kind of like a slightly undersized, but more so traditional center. We'll see how that kind of opens up the offense a little bit when you get another three-point threat out there, but can still provide you with a pretty decent amount of rebounding value and defensive value as well.
It's Green and Atlason at the center line. Atlason wins the tip, and Miami will move it from left to right. Thanks again for tuning in and spending your Friday night with us. It's Peter Suter on the right wing, passing inside, searching for Elmer, and it's intercepted by the Trolls.
Yeah, just a forced pass inside there. Didn't need to happen.
Aiden Salati gets the steal, and here is Brandon Adorno, top guard for Trinity Christian. Up top, it's Garrett Green, swinging over left wing, Aiden Salati. Bouncer inside, it's Garrett Green. Evan Upsaro swipes it away, and the RedHawks are off to the races. They've got numbers. Peter Suter hands off. Almar Atlason thought about a three. They give it over Byers, back to Atlason, then up top to Upsaro to calm it down. Atlason moving downhill, feeds up top. Atlason straightaway three.
That is exactly
he got it.
Right on cue. I mean, that's exactly the threat that Woolfolk just won't provide. And against a really small lineup, I mean, no player listed on their roster that's more than 6'7". I mean, they really don't need a ton of size out there.
First triple of the night goes down for the RedHawks. They're up 3-0. Swing up top, stolen away by Upsaro, and the RedHawks have numbers again. Upsaro one-on-one, righty layup, no. Second chance opportunity, scooped up for two for Suter, and the RedHawks lead 5-0. 18:45 left to go in the first.
Exactly what Steele had been preaching this offseason was just rebounding, especially offensive rebounding. It struggled for this team last season. Great to see them pick that up this time.
Brandon Adorno one-on-one, falling down against Upsaro. That ball was loose, out of bounds. It'll stay with the RedHawks. Looked like it would have went out against Miami, but
yeah, it looked like two different RedHawks, Elmer and Upsaro, both got hands on it. But I guess they're gonna say that it was a troll who actually got a hand on it last.
5-0 lead for the RedHawks. Look to continue cooking against Trinity Christian. Inside,
beautiful
Suter to
backside.
Byers, off the glass and in, and Miami leads by 7.
Yeah, just a quick backside pick over to get it inside to Byers. Really nice offense.
Garrett Green, far elbow, driving inside against Atlason, the Icelander. Free throw jumper, and he finishes with a pair. Nice jump shot inside for Green.
Yeah, Green's a real big guy. I mean, he's listed at 6'6", 270. I mean, he is really big, and against Atlason, who's a little thinner, that's going to be a matchup to watch inside for sure.
Upsaro inside, lost the basketball, wanted the foul, but the referees say all ball, and that'll be Trinity Christian ball. Nice handwork there by Brandon Adorno, and now we see a new troll coming in. It is Ognjen Petkovic,
a Serbian.
Brandon Adorno right side, Trinity trailing 7-2. Up top, they swing it around, looking for Garrett Green, and he has the ball against Suter. Spinning around towards the free throw line, they kick it back out left. Gearhan has Green, near elbow jumper, missed everything, and this will be a turnover on Trinity Christian.
Great defensive intensity from the RedHawks. That was a really, I mean, it wasn't a bad shot that was taken by Trinity Christian, but unfortunately, I mean, the fact that they had to take that with one on the shot clock meant they couldn't even get the rebound and put it back.
Foul on Ognjen Petkovic, and the RedHawks have the basketball. Ian Elmer driving inside, a righty layup over the top of Petkovic, and Miami leads 9-2 in the first.
And these are the kind of baskets that you should see the RedHawks get all day. They have the size advantage, they have the strength advantage. They should be able to get to the hoop quickly.
And another steal. This one is for Peter Suter. Has Brant Byers thought about a three, now drives inside. 2-on-1, RedHawks against the Trolls. Atlason left wing against the smaller Petkovic. Here's Brant Byers swinging over, wide open. It's Atlason for three.
Beautiful.
It's good. Second three-pointer of the night for Almar Atlason, and that'll lead us to a Trinity Christian timeout. The RedHawks are up by 10. It's 12-2, and with that, we will take a break here inside Millett Hall. It's all Miami cruising against the Trolls. We'll take a break and be back in a moment. $16:51 left to go in the first half. The RedHawks up 12-2 over Trinity Christian. And Sean, so far the RedHawks are looking really good shooting-wise.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's been off the backs of Almar Atlason, who, we were talking about, kind of a surprise starter here over Antoine Woolfolk, but he has proven that the offensive juice was worth it, and his ability to kind of stretch the floor has really caused issues for Trinity Christian.
New Trollen, it is Gilzine. As now it swings over on the left wing to Brandon Adorno. Adorno driving inside, beautiful feed. Here's a Gilzine, three on the right wing. Kissed off the front rim, Elmer cleans it up, and the RedHawks move it the other way.
Yeah, not a great shot, and I feel like you want to be really deliberate with your shots. If you get the best shot you can if you're Trinity Christian, especially against a team that, really is going to score a lot of points. You can already guarantee it. That's been the bread and butter for this offense, for this team, is their offense the last season or so.
Elmer nearly threw it away, looking for Skowjak as it was last touched by Brandon Adorno. Brant Byers has it on the right wing, feeds inside for Skowjak, kicks in the corner, Elmer back over Robbins and back up top to Byers. Byers working against Gilzine, downhill, righty layup over the top.
Bad shot.
Too much on that, but he got the foul call, and it stops it at 16-11.
Something to keep a note here of is we saw a little bit of run against a very quality Old Dominion team for Trey Perry and Tyler Robbins, but now you're actually starting to get. I assume you're going to get some serious run from these freshmen, and even you get a little bit deeper into the bench. I'm going to guess that you'll get to hear their names quite a bit today.
Brant Byers to the free-throw line, first trip for him tonight, and he gets the friendly roll on that one. Miami leads 13-2. Byers, the 2024 MAC Freshman of the Year last year. He was a beast off the bench.
Yeah, what a way for Steele and the rest of his staff to get him back in the fold, along with Suter and Elmer and Epsar. I mean, we've talked about this already, but 6 of the top 7 scorers coming back for Miami, and that's a challenge anywhere, but especially at the mid-major level, to get that kind of continuity off a 25-win team. It's been impressive.
Byers makes them both, and the RedHawks lead 14-2. 4 minutes into this one, Brandon Adorno on the left side, guarded against Elmer. They kick out right wing three. This one rims off on the left side. Harris missed it. Ball still in bounds. Gilzine grabs the miss, misses the layup. Third opportunity, and he cleans it up with a pair. And it's 14-4 in the first. Inside Perry, beautiful pass to Elmer, but he couldn't finish the reverse layup. And it's taken away by Adorno. He lost the ball, and it's a kicked ball. A little bit of messy in these last few plays for the RedHawks.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to take a media timeout here. So I think with that, we're going to take a quick break with the RedHawks up 14-4 with 15:35 left in the first half.
15:35 left to go. The RedHawks are cruising against Trinity Christian, up by 10. Looked really good in the first 5 minutes or so. It's Trey Perry, the Lakota East guard, current freshman, passing on the right side to Peter Suter. They go back up top, Skowjak inside for Tyler Robbins. Robbins over the top, lefty layup, too strong. Nice defense there by George, and the Trolls work it the other way.
And that's a matchup he should win. That is a physically overmatched George right there. I mean, that Robbins is too big to let himself get bullied down low like that.
Straightaway three-pointer. This one from Harris. This one bounces out, and this will stay with Trinity Christian. Last touch by Suter.
Yeah, just a little bit of a sloppy mistake there from Miami. Had a chance to get a hold of it.
5 transfers on this Trinity Christian team as George has it. Swinging around, Gilzine falling away, free throw jumper, and it's picked up by the RedHawks.
I'm not sure what the urgency was to get that shot off. That was a terrible shot.
Downhill, Suter, and it was last touched by him, bounced off of his knee, and it'll go back to Trinity Christian.
He had the angle. I mean, that's an easy 2 points if he's able to just corral the ball, but just a sloppy mistake and leaving points off the board there.
Skowjak almost got a turnover. Last touched by him on Petkovic. We're also seeing Kyle Waltz coming in. The freshman got a minute in that Old Dominion game, but now he's finally getting his first impactful minutes in his college career.
Yeah, I imagine that you're gonna see pretty much everybody on this Miami bench at some point today. You know, walk-ons on all the way up to the Suters and the Elmers of the world. I mean, everyone's gonna get some chance to run the offense.
14:38 left to go in this first half, and the RedHawks are up by 10. On the inbound, it is Munoz. They swing it over on the right side. Jaden Gilzine back over to Wandy Munoz in the corner. Gilzine for 3. Hit back heel, and it's picked up by Skowjak on the far side.
One thing you got to admire is the intensity that Trinity Christian is playing with. They are overmatched as far as sizes go. And right on
Skowjak sinks a near wing 3. The RedHawks are up 17-4 in the first.
Well, no, Trinity Christian plays with a lot of intensity, though. I mean, they are really fighting for every rebound. Even if they aren't quite able to snag it, there are at least a couple trolls in the vicinity every time.
Tylen Harris against Kyle Waltz. Lost his dribble, trying to turn it away. Waltz almost got the steal, but the
defense. Good
Trolls reset. Shot clock down to 8.
Oh,
Scoop layup, and it's blocked by Waltz, but they get another opportunity, and Suter blocks it out of bounds on Wandy Munoz as the shot clock was winding down.
It looks like they're going to say that there is 1 second left on the shot clock there. Regardless, that's a unbelievable possession. It kind of once again just demonstrates the lack of size this Trolls team has.
1 second left on the shot clock. Got to be a lob. Green throws it up. Hit back heel, rebounded by Suter, and the RedHawks get another stop.
Admirable.
Defenses look great.
Yeah, admirable effort there, just not quite
Perry
enough.
in the corner, and he missed everything, but Skowjak underneath. Hands off to Waltz. Off the glass and in for 2, and Miami's up 19-4 in the first.
Great feed there from Waltz. I mean, he had an easy layup, but he actually had an even better, Skowjak had an easy layup, but Waltz with the layup there on a great pass.
Wandy Munoz in a sea of RedHawks lost the basketball, hands down low to George. He's fighting for positioning, puts up a shot, last touched by, looked like that was Atlison, and it was.
I'll tell you though, George, he's their biggest guy as far as, length is concerned. He's 6'7", 235. I mean, but Robbins has got himself a handful today as far as just that. He plays with some grown man strength, certainly.
RedHawks are swarming green, and now they swing it over to Wandy Munoz from the Dominican Republic. Up top, back over Munoz for 3 on the left wing. Misses on the left side, out of bounds, back to the RedHawks.
Yeah, great defense. I mean, once again, 4 points given up in the first 7+ minutes. That's about as good of a defensive start as you can ask for. For a team that's been known for their offense, it's been the defense that's really set the tone early on.
Miami has it here. It's Trey Perry, local kid. Gives it over Absarl and back over Kyle Waltz on the left wing. Up top, it's Almar Atlison in the corner. Waltz for 3. He drills it, and Miami leads 22-4 here in the first. Their 4th three-pointer of the half.
One of the challenges of playing Miami is you could pretty much go 1 through 12 on their bench, and there's a guy who's going to be a three-point threat.
Whoa, step back three-pointer straight away for Green, and it's 22-7. Look, James Harden-esque,
Yes,
top
it
of the
did.
key. Allison thought about a three, drives inside.
Beautiful.
Big man play. A little shimmy shake inside. Righty layup's good, and Miami leads by 17.
Yeah, really great job for Allison. Allison's a big guy, and he's able to just waltz on down to the block.
Garrett Green driving inside, kicking out, back up top. Adorno, straightaway three, tight pressure there by Suter, and the rebound finds its way back to the Trolls. Harris inside, ball was flung up into the air. Suter steals it away, and the RedHawks are off to the races. Perry inside, waltz the layup, it's good. Teamwork makes the dream work, and the RedHawks are up by 19.
Yeah, Suter with some athleticism there to grab that ball, corral it in, get the ball to Perry for the assist from Perry. Great job there all around by all the RedHawks there.
Green put up a shot. It was rebounded by Corey, or rather George, and Atlason tapped it off of his leg. It'll be Miami basketball. Well, this is a game that the RedHawks are probably going to try a lot of things, especially in this second half.
Yes.
They're looking good, up by 19 with 11:30 left to go, and we'll take a break. You're listening to Miami men's basketball. It's the RedHawks versus the Trolls. .11:30 left to go in the first. The RedHawks cruising against Trinity Christian, up by 19. They can make it a lot more by the end of this first half. It's Evan Upsaro across the red M on the front court for the RedHawks. Byers inside for Tyler Robbins. Almost got the dunk.
Man.
Missed the layup, but he was fouled on his way up.
I'll tell you, that was some grown man strength there. Went from Robbins to fight for that pass and get the ball up. Looks like he could have had a slam dunk there for a second, but kind of rattled around and instead gets his 2 shots.
And here is Robbins at the free throw line, and he makes it. Makes the first one. Pittsburgh kid. He actually holds his high school record for blocks and steals at Upper St. Clair. And the second free throw rattles in, and the RedHawks are up by 21, 28-7 in the first. Brandon Adorno directing traffic. Defended well by Evan Upsaro, and we've got a whistle on a foul. This will be on Waltz as Martin was trying to get around him.
Yeah, just a little too physical. I admire the physicality, obviously. You want to play physical against any opponent, but sometimes you got to know when to lay off a little bit.
Football score right now, 28-7.
It's been tough sledding so far offensively for Trinity Christian.
Certainly has. Scoop layup won't go for the Trolls, and here come the RedHawks. Evan Upsaro racing around, left wing three for Waltz, and he got it. Another three-pointer for the RedHawks, and they lead 31-7.
Yeah, RedHawks on a 9-0 run so far in the last minute 41.
And Green sinks a near corner three.
Must have heard me say that.
Said, anything you can do, I can do better.
Absolutely.
31-10 our score. Elmer tries the three, and he sinks it again.
So I guess
Oh, my gosh.
we're just going to be trading threes tonight. Is
Might
that
as well. 6th three-pointer of the night for the RedHawks. They're 6 for 7. 10-16. Here's Adorno straightaway three, and he got it.
Oh, my gosh.
4 straight three-pointers.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we in a three-point shooting contest? So far, it's even at 2-2. Let's see who can pull ahead.
RedHawks looking for the tiebreaker here. They're cruising 34-13. 10 minutes left to go in the first. Media timeout coming up soon. Elmer on the left side, swings out back up top. Robbins thinks about a three, shoots it, and he drills it. 3 straight three-pointers for the RedHawks. 7 for 8, and they are up 37-13 in the first. Now driving inside, hard foul as that brought down Salati, and that stops the clock at 9:42. I mean, from last game where the RedHawks really struggled from deep.
Yeah.
To
Especially in
this.
the first half. Especially in the first half, that was a massive struggle to get any points, some consistency points-wise from the three-point land. This has been incredible to watch.
Yeah, this looks a lot better. They were something like 6 for 27, and throughout the game they really had some long periods of misses.
Yes.
On the inbound here is Garrett Green, defended by Robbins. They kick out to Petkovic. Petkovic against Elmer. Back up top, Brandon Adorno. Salati left wing three. Missed off the front rim, and Robbins collects it. Nearly intercepted, but hands off to Ipsaro. Elmer left wing three, and he missed everything.
That was a bit of a heat check right there.
It was a heat
It
check
was about
three.
4 feet away from the three-point stripe, and Elmer was feeling himself, understandably, after that big three he hit just a second ago.
24-point lead for the RedHawks. Adorno over to Petkovic, over the top, a lob pass down low. Salati, and he was slapped on the wrist by Robbins inside the paint, so he'll get some free throws.
Not a bad defensive sequence there from Miami, but once again, just getting a little sloppy. Ipsaro almost with the steal. Great hands, but able to draw the foul is Salati.
And here is Aiden Salati, the Oviedo, Florida native. Misses the first free throw, hit off the back rim. He's a St. Ambrose Fighting Bees transfer, an NAIA team in Iowa.
We got some good mascots going
We do,
tonight.
yeah.
Man, the Fighting Bees.
Second free throw for Salati, and he clanked it, hit off the front rim. Elmer the rebound, passes up front for Ipsaro, and that one had too much mustard on it, and it'll be Trinity Christian basketball.
I have a feeling that even though the score is going to reflect very favorably upon the RedHawks, it's going to be moments like that, those little errant passes, those missed chances for some big plays that Travis Steele is really going to harp on, I'm guessing, after the game and when they're watching film, because they've left some points on the board. This game could be even more of a deficit, but just a few sloppy plays has made this game, relatively closer, so to speak.
Right. Here's Petkovic inside, kicks out in the corner, far corner Trey. Missed everything. That was from Stas Kunis.
Looks like Suter might have got a hand on it or something like that.
Anyways, missed everything. Robbins inside, missed the layup as he brought down Salati, but he can't come up with the layup. Here comes Salati inside the paint. Pretty finish, but can't get everything on that one. Byers the rebound. Pass out from Suter to Elmer inside the paint, falling away. Elmer makes a nice play, and the RedHawks lead 39-13, a layup. And that stops the clock at 8:24.
Yeah, it was hit out of bounds by Evan Ipsaro, going for the steal there, but not able to corral it back, so still troll ball.
A nice pass there from Suter, looking like a quarterback over there.
No, absolutely. And he's got the frame for it, 6'5". He's got the frame. He's built like Josh Allen almost.
There you go. Maybe taking a page out of DeQuan Finn's book.
There you go.
26-point lead for the RedHawks. Tylen Harris on the right side. Here is Gilzine inside, up and under. No, nice defense there by Byers. The RedHawks force another stop. on a 5-0 run. Suter up top, Atlason thought about a three, fakes his dribble, kicks in the corner,
open.
Byers for three. He sinks it again. The RedHawks have made 8 3-pointers in the first half, and they're up 42-13 in the first.
Yeah, they're doing so well shooting the three ball that it doesn't even matter, so that they're making some of these mistakes today.
Inside, nice pass, but the RedHawks force it the other way. Trey Perry off to the races, kicks over Elmer, and back over Perry. In the corner, dancing with his man Petkovic, pushing him off. Beautiful finish. And he sinks it with a reverse layup over Petkovic. He wins the dance.
Those were some moves Russell Westbrook could be proud of.
Oh, yeah.
Very good handles right there.
44-13 is our score. 7:20 left to go in the first. Inside, and it's blocked by Byers. Ball's loose. Suter collects it. RedHawks have numbers. Euro step, lefty layup from Suter. Too clean, too nice, and the RedHawks are up 46-13 in the first.
Something that I'm noticing is that Trinity Christian is making a real point of it to get the ball up the court about 3 seconds into the shot clock, which is fine unless you're down 33 points, in which case he feels like you almost want to slow it down and get some quality possessions here, because it's kind of letting Miami do what they want.
Swing over Tylen Harris, stepping over on the far corner. Now he takes a far elbow jumper. This one missed everything. Nice play by Elmer to keep it inbounds, and Atlason controls it offensively.
Going 5 out now here as on the drive.
Trey Perry put up a shot. He was fouled by Tylen Harris, so this will be free throws, and that'll lead us into a media timeout. 6:31 left to go. It's 46-13 RedHawks over Trinity Christian. They are cruising against the Trolls here on Friday night. Well, stay with us for what should be a big Miami victory on Red Hawk Radio. .6:31 left to go in the first, and it'll be Trey Perry at the free throw line from Liberty Township. An 1,000-point scorer at Lakota East, and the RedHawks up 46-13.
What a good get they were able to get for Steele's staff. He was unbelievable player in high school. I mean, consistent 20 or 30 point a game guy at Lakota East, and yeah, a real get. Had some real big offers too.
Perry misses them both as Elmer was trying to fight for the board, but his last touch by him, and it'll be Trinity Christian basketball. Now we're seeing Jackson, Kentucky coming in, making his first appearance on the season.
Good to see him get some run. He should be, you'd like to think he should be a guy getting some serious minutes. He's played some big minutes in the past.
Tylen Harris over on the right side. Looking inside for Gilzine, and it's taken away by Perry. Off to the races. Here come the RedHawks. Skowjak, right side. Elmer over to Katecki. In the right corner, driving inside. Elmer has Skowjak. Here's Suter wide open for three. He missed off the front rim, and he gets the friendly roll. Bounced around about 5 times before it found rim.
That was the most suspenseful three-pointer I think I've ever seen.
Thought it was going to miss, but goes down. 49-13, RedHawks lead. Working inside, Gilzine against Skowjak. Up and under, can't get the layup to fall. And we've got a foul on Gilzine as Katecki was boxing him out.
Yeah,
nice defense there by Skowjak.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of hooked his arm a little bit as he was going for that rebound. Something I want to mention though on the offensive side of the ball is look at how much attention each player is going to get as they drive the ball, because you can see, I mean, obviously, you know, they're playing 3 or 4 players out there who are about 6 feet tall, and every single guy out there is taller than them. So they're trying to make sure they get multiple bodies at the point of attack, which is why the 3-pointers have been out so open.
Perry downhill misses the layup, the scoop shot, and Trinity Christian moves it the other way. Gearhan up top, Wandy Munoz, then back over Green, then back to Green. Green on the high post, gives it up top, Brandon Adorno in between two RedHawks. Nifty finish and a scoop layup off the glass is good, and it's 49-15 RedHawks.
That was a really impressive job to split the double team and then get the underneath layup. That was beautiful footwork there.
Nifty finish for the top guard on this Trinity Christian team. RedHawks have it, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Elmer in the corner, defended by Petkovic. Elmer gives over
pass.
Perry in the corner for 3. Halfway home. Green the rebound. Nice pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, good find from Elmer in the left corner there, but just not able to get it home.
Downhill, here's Adorno, lefty layup over the top of Skowjak. He's got 4 straight, and it's 49-17. Nearing another media timeout. Suter up top to Katecki, the Chicago native. Hands off to Ian Elmer. Petkovic is glued on him. Here's Elmer down the lane, righty layup off the window and in. And Miami leads 51-17.
Boy, Elmer has some good touch on those in the post kind of layup opportunities, especially when he's got a guy draped over him. Feels like he always just finds a way to get that ball in the hoop.
Garrett Green against Katecki downhill. Feeds on the left side. Adorno left wing 3, missed off the front rim. High rebound. It's Katecki's.
Yeah, Adorno came into this game really struggling, seemingly. So shocking that he's getting as many shots.
Pass to Katecki right at the free throw line from Suter, and he tripped and fell, but that'll be a foul on Trinity Christian on Ognjen Petkovic, and that'll stop the clock at 3:35. Another media timeout. The RedHawks are up 51-17. We'll take a break. You're listening to Miami men's basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 3:35 left to go in the first half as Miami leads 51-17. As a reminder, Jake Zirolli is on for the Red Hawk Radio halftime show coming up in just a little bit. Skowjak inside to Elmer. Elmer inside the free throw line, fading away. Corkscrew jumper, no. The high rebound to Robbins. Second chance point, and Robbins cleans it up with a layup off the glass and in.
Yeah, really nice rebound there. Just using his size. I mean, they just don't have anybody to match up against him and able to reach over top and get it to go.
Aiden Salati back in for Trinity Christian. Here's Brandon Adorno. Nice pass in the corner. Left corner three, no, as that one was from a Trinity Christian troll, and we'll turn it the other way. Here's Robbins as he was searching for Skowjak. Pass is intercepted by Adorno. One-on-one, and Skowjak slams it out of bounds. Big man swat by Luke Skowjak as he puts it out of bounds, and it'll be Trinity Christian basketball with 2:50 left to go in the first.
Yeah, that's a tough take. Adorno only 6 feet, and against a 6'7" guy, that's tough.
Salati against Robbins, free throw jumper, tough one, and Byers rises for the rebound. Byers thought about the three-pointer from Ipsaro. They kick in the corner to Skowjak. Had a great game last game, Luke Skowjak. 7 and 10 in the corner. Kyle Waltz for three. Can't get it to go as it missed off the right rim. And out the other way is Wandy Munoz.
That's 3 misses in a row from 3 for Miami.
Munoz, Euro layup off the right glass, and it's 53-19. Redhawks are 8 for 13 from deep. And here's a straightaway three from Robbins. That one rimmed right. And
anything.
53-19. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Wandy Munoz downhill against 2 Redhawks. Robbins and Ipsaro right there, and they get the stop. Rebounded by Robbins. Ipsaro puts on the brakes, hands off. Waltz
nice
inside.
find.
Robbins righty layup off the window and in, and it's 55-19 Redhawks.
Yeah, great transition find there for to Robbins. Great find and easy layup.
Up top, right wing three. This one hit back heel, and it's picked up by the Redhawks. Byers the rebound. Ipsaro over to Byers. Straightaway three. This one's deep. It hit back heel again. Whistle on a foul. Looks like this is going to be on Petkovic or Munoz, both of them nearby.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who it was on, but regardless, it's going to be a push on it. It looks like Petkovic. That's his 3rd for today.
So that's going to do it for him in this first half. And Kyle Waltz will go to the free throw line. Waltz leads all Redhawks with 10 points and can make it 12 with both free throws. Not bad for the freshman.
And he's not even, he's getting about the same amount of minutes as pretty much everybody has today, but he's really made the most of his opportunity. Great to see from the young freshman.
The one-on-one missed it, but Atlison gets the rebound. Waltz again, back up top. Skowjak faked the three-pointer. Ipsaro inside, pumped it back, but that's a steal for Munoz. Off to the races. Here's Salati over the top, trying to dunk over Atlison. The rebound goes back to Martin. Still alive for Trinity Christian. Down low, lefty layup blocked by Byers. May have got a piece of it. Looked like he did. From Munoz, and it's Miami basketball. Under a minute left to play. There is a head full of steam layup off the left side from Ipsaro. It's 57-19.
Yeah, there was just nobody down low for the Trinity Christian to stop him, and it was the easiest layup you'll probably get.
Here's Tylen Harris, double teamed. Left side, 14 seconds left to go. Thinking about a three. He shoots it, right wing Trey. It's good, and
that was a nice shot.
57-22.
Yeah, that's 3 feet off the baseline there. That was really nice.
Trinity Christian, 9 points in the last 10 minutes or so. Shot clock is dark, 17 seconds left. It's Evan Ipsaro at the big red M of Miami. Guarded by Wandy Munoz, 10 seconds left. Ipsaro downhill, lefty layup, head full of steam. No one's there. Miami leads 59-22, 2 seconds left. Wandy Munoz, half-court heave, puts up a shot over the top. It's short, and Miami will head into the halftime break, leading 59-22.
Yeah, really great job. Obviously, I know that offensively they struggled, especially towards the later part of that first half, but you got to give them credit. They were hitting those threes early on and really making sure that there was no doubt in this game.
The RedHawks end the first half shooting 61% and making 8 3-pointers. The top RedHawks scorer was Kyle Waltz with 10, but you got multiple players right on the cusp of double figures. And with that, we will turn it over to Jake Zirolli for the RedHawk Radio halftime show. Well, for Sean Wiesemann and Andrew Relvas, take a break and be back in a moment here from Millett Hall.
Hello, everybody. We are here for the halftime show on this RedHawk Radio coverage of Miami men's basketball. My name is Jake Zirolli. I'm back with you again for this halftime segment. I'll do some talking about what we've seen in the first half so far from our beloved RedHawks. And oh my goodness, what an offensive half this was for Travis Steele's men. 59-22 over the Trolls. Absolute domination from the RedHawks, as expected, with an NAIA opponent coming into town. But even this might have been beyond our expectations. Being up 37 at the break, it really does just show how explosive this Miami team can be. Let alone it is an NAIA team. Let's not get too big for our britches here. But this is really encouraging, just to show how they can get going, and when they get going, they are hard to stop. The points, though, however, are pretty evenly shared. Our points leader with 10 points is the freshman, Kyle Waltz, the 6'7", 200-pound forward from Elmhurst, Illinois. The last game, he played 1 minute against Old Dominion, did not record a stat. Here, he has 10 points. He's 4 of 5 from the floor, including 2 of 3 from 3, which the RedHawks have shot very well, the deep ball. 9 of 15, 60% from deep. After him, 2 men with 9 points, Ian Elmer with 9, the junior guard. And in addition to him, the freshman forward, Tyler Robbins. So the freshmen pulling their weight here. Tyler Robbins, the 6'10 forward, 245 pounds from Pittsburgh, 2 points against Old Dominion, 9 today. A much better performance from him. Perfect from the line as well, with 2 made in 2 attempts. Almar Atlaston, one of our keys to the game. He has 8 points as well. 2 of 2 from 3, adding a basket out inside the arc, plus 3 assists, a steal, and a block for the Icelandic man there. In the rebounding game, the guard Brent Byers, the leader, with 6 boards. He had 2 in the last game and averaged 2.8 in the 24-25 campaign. 6 for him today. Robbins trailing him with 5. Atlason and Waltz with 4. Then in the assisting game, Atlason and Evan Ipsaro, the junior, 6 feet, 180 pounds from Crestview Hills, Kentucky, both with 3 assists. Luke Skaljak adding 2 assists, the sophomore guard from Brecksville, Ohio. And adding 1 assist is 4 players. We have Kyle Waltz. We have Trey Perry, the freshman guard from Liberty Township, Ohio. We have, with also 1 assist, Peter Suter, the senior guard from Carmel, Indiana, the transfer from Bellarmine 2 seasons ago. And Brent Byers adding an assist of his own. 5 guys with a block. Foul trouble, nothing much here. 3 with 1 foul, that's really it. It's been a very clean game so far. And a very successful one, of course, for Miami. For Trinity Christian, the limited bright spot is Garrett Green. One of my keys to the game, one of my key players. Looks like I was right, but there's something else I was wrong about, and that was the score prediction. I predicted to be 88-63. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I was wrong about that, but at least I was right about Garrett Green having a good game. He's got 8 points, 2 of 2 from 3 even, for the 6'5" forward from Oak Lawn, Illinois, adding a rebound and a personal foul, plus a turnover as well. Both teams actually even on turnovers, 6 turnovers each. However, Miami doing way better on the fast break, 9 fast break points to 0, and really where they're dominating is the points off turnovers and the points in the paint. As I said, they're even on turnovers, both teams with 6, but Miami's points off turnovers are almost 3 times more than Trinity Christian. Miami with 28. That is the paint I'm reading. I apologize. Miami's points off turnovers are 13 more. They have 13. Trinity Christian, 0. So converting those turnovers is really important for any team to succeed, and especially when you're getting not when you're getting so many, but when you get the ones that you get, you have to capitalize on them. And that's almost a return of 2. That's a return of more than 2 points per turnover for Miami. Now that the line I was reading off was points in the paint, and that's really where Miami has been dominating. They have almost 3 times more points in the paint, leading the paint points battle 28-10. Pure dominance there from Miami. Doing really, really well in between the blocks, even with Antoine Wolfhook not having gotten into the game so far tonight. As the clock winds down to just under 9 minutes left in this halftime segment, I will get some scores from around the college basketball world. In the top 25, my UConn Huskies are up 59-11 over the UMass Lowell RiverHawks, so I think that lead is going to be safe. Just thinking. Purdue, however, are not safe. They are on upset alert. The number 1 overall seed, Purdue Boilermakers, are up only 4 on the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, 59-55, with just under 12 minutes to play there in West Lafayette. Kentucky's lead is pretty safe. With 12 minutes to go, they're up 76-38 over Valpo. Kansas, North Carolina staying close. Just under 16 minutes to play. Rock Chalk up 43-42 over the Tar Heels. Texas Tech, 8 minutes into the game, they are only up 1 over Sam Houston. 14-13 in favor of the Red Raiders at the first TV timeout, 12-minute. Florida Gulf Coast, Illinois, waiting to get started at 8:30. That will be underway in just 10 minutes, as will Northern Illinois and Wisconsin at the Kohl Center in Madison. The 9 o'clock game, as I said earlier, Utah Tech against Arizona. The 13th-ranked Wildcats look to move to 2-0. And then at 10:30, or a late one for those college basketball sickos out there like myself, UCLA, the 12th-ranked Bruins, take on Pepperdine, a West Coast Conference stalwart. In the MAC, outside of Ox Vegas here, Buffalo starting to pull away from Green Bay. They're up 10, 69-59, with just under 4 minutes to go. We'll see if the Bulls can pull that one out and get to 2-0. Kent State, the Golden Flashes up 74-57 on Cornell with 15 and a half minutes to go. So the Golden Flashes should be able to pull that one away from the Big Red. Ball State actually being held somewhat by Mansfield, 44-37, with just over 16 minutes to go in the game. Ball State only up 7 at home against Mansfield. That will be it for the whip-around coverage of other games. I'll get to my keys to the second half for both teams. Miami, it's just to keep it simple. We're up 37. We don't need to overcomplicate things. Just keep playing the basketball that we've been playing. Just keep being dynamic in transition. When we're in possession, be cool and calm. Wait to pass the ball around. We don't need to force shots. This now is a time for, as was the rest of the game, against an NAIA opponent, it's to settle into your system. Miami, the men's team, not as transfer heavy as the women's team, but it's still important to get people gelling together. You know, maybe to get some different guys in the game, just to get people to mesh. There are a lot of guys on this roster, and they all do need to get some sort of playing time, ideally. So hopefully, Miami will just be able to keep settling in, keep staying calm in possession, and not letting transition buckets happen, because that's where Trinity did get most of their buckets. And Trinity, it's just to keep the game competitive. You know, going into this game, I don't think they were expecting a win. They were just expecting to give it a good fight. So they've just got to continue in that, continue being competitive, and I'm sure that Miami is on the way to victory here. Just about 5 minutes until you are rejoined with Andrew, Relvas, and Sean. Thank you very much for listening to me talk about Miami basketball. It's one of the things I love doing very much. Thank you for listening. My name is Jake Zirolli. I'll be back with you for a post-game. This has been and will continue to be a presentation of Miami RedHawks men's basketball on WMSR Red Hawk Radio. Stick around.
All set to go here inside Millett Halls. The RedHawks are up 37 on Trinity Christian. Andrew Relvas alongside Sean Wiesemann. Hope you're enjoying tonight's game between the Trolls and the RedHawks. Sean, it was a dominant first half, but how can the RedHawks keep it up?
Well, it starts with it's hard to compare. It's all relative here, but the three-point shooting really fell off a cliff in the last few minutes there. They were one of their last 5 in three-point shooting and 2 of their last 8. So certainly something to keep an eye on, but I also am just curious. I think they're going to, as we discussed before this game, that they're going to really lean into their depth today. I'm curious to see some of the guys like the LaShawn Stowers of the world who are really going to get some run today.
Maybe Justin Kirby.
Right.
Trolls moving from left to right. It's all 5
Ooh.
starters coming out as Evan Ipsara almost stole it away, but a little bit too jumpy on that one as he fouled Aiden Salati, and that'll stop it at 19:46.
Yeah, I actually thought that was good defense, but I think he might just a little bit of skin on that one and drew the foul.
David Osborne standing up on the far sideline. Inbound collected to Garrett Green. Green on the high block. Looking for Tylen Harris. Hands off to Aiden Salati. Bouncer down low. Garrett Green in traffic. Puts up a lefty layup. Nice defense by Atlason. Second chance opportunity. Salati. Third opportunity. The rebound. And it was last touched by Ian Elmer.
It's that size. I've said it so many times tonight, but it's that size differential between these two teams. They just can't get anything going on the low block, and it's because everybody's at least 4 inches taller than the guy they're face guarding.
Down low. Green against Byers up top. Straight away three-pointer. No, and that was from Aiden Salati. Rather, that was Almar Atlason on the bottom half. RedHawks basketball moving on the left side. Up by 37. Atlason over to Suter on the right wing. Nice defense there by Tylen Harris. Looking inside, trying to thread the needle for Suter between 2 Trolls, and it was last touched by Adorno. RedHawks basketball.
Almost made him look like Chris Paul there for a second, but unfortunately, just a really great defense there from Trinity Christian.
Inbound, Ipsaro to Atlason, back to Ipsaro, and this pass is intercepted here by the Trolls. It was Aiden Salati, put up his hands and stole it away. In the corner, Adorno for 3. Missed off of the top half, took a high bounce before Ipsaro collects it.
Yeah, good transition defense from Ian Elmer there to kind of stop the push and force them to take a not great three-point shot.
Up top, Almar Atlason, the three-pointer and 1. Beautiful feed from Suter to Atlason, and he has a chance for the 4-point play. What a job there by Atlason.
Yeah, just top of the key, easy three-pointer, and he's now 3 for 3 on the day from three-point land, 4 for 4 overall. He's having himself a heck of a day in only 11 minutes, too.
And he makes the free throw, so up to 12 points. Miami also 10 for 16 from deep. Much better shooting half, or much better game, I should say, from the outside. Made 6 three-pointers in the last game. Tight pressure on the low baseline. Adorno, left wing. He's been really good with the ball. A lot of these very crafty passes. Garrett Green inside, blocked out of bounds by Ian Elmer. Miami gets their 6th block in the game. Elmer gets a huge defensive play to push it outside the court of play.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the reason Trinity Christian hasn't really been able to get anything going has been because of that exact scenario where it feels like every time they try to get some of those easy layups, somebody at the very last second from Miami gets a hand on it.
Adorno corkscrew jumper, and it's 63-24. Been crafty with the basketball tonight.
Yeah, he's really taken over the offense in a lot of ways.
Suter alone for 3 in the far corner, and it's in again. 11 three-pointer for Miami, and the RedHawks up 66-24 in the second.
I find it hard to believe you'd leave the preseason MAC player of the year in the that wide open, but I guess they just did not see him.
Salati lost the basketball, 3-on-2 for the red and white. Bounce pass, Ipsaro, lefty layup, comes up short, stays almost in bounds as Ipsaro was right on the line, but the bottom referee says he was out of bounds, and it'll be Trinity Christian ball. But, I mean, the chemistry there looked really good for the RedHawks, just missed it by a little bit.
Yeah, it was. It was almost an unbelievable play from Ipsaro, but had he just kept his feet up in the air for like a quarter of a second longer, I think he might have been able to stay in bounds. But fortunately, it's Trinity Christian ball.
9-2 run for the RedHawks in the last 3 minutes. Garrett Green up top, left wing three, and this is going to be waved off. Loose ball foul on the Trolls.
Yeah, looks like it was Garrett Green. Just a little too physical on that pick there. Was trying to ended up collecting 2 RedHawks at once and ended up getting the foul.
About 2.5 minutes into this second half. We'll see how long the starters stay out here. Atlason, beautiful dime inside Ipsaro. Near corner three, Byers, no. Right underneath the basket is Waltz, and he was fouled on his way up. That was on Brandon Adorno. Nice awareness there by the freshman to hound that basketball right in front of the cup.
Yeah, once again, it's that rebounding that Travis Steele has been so adamant that this Miami team has improved upon, and they're showing it tonight.
Ipsaro on the baseline, searching for open bodies, and he has Brant Byers on the right wing. Gets 2 defenders. Almar Atlason against Brandon Adorno. That's 2 quick fouls on Adorno right there.
That's a really big. That's a big time foul call there, because that's foul number 3 after Adorno came into this half with just 1. So now 3 minutes into the half, it looks like you're gonna have to sub him out for a few minutes.
And they're gonna bring in Ognen Petkovic, who also has 3 fouls. So
yeah,
both guards are in foul trouble. Not good for Trinity Christian, who already had their backs against the wall.
Yeah, take your best scorer out of the mix too. That's a tough ask.
Wide open pass to Brant Byers on the near elbow. No, but the rebound is back to Suter. Up top, Atlason thought about the 3, and then he hands off short to Ipsaro. Atlason thought about a 3.
Find.
Beautiful pass lefty layup for Kyle Waltz over a ton of Trolls, and it's 68-24. Really nice pass there from Atlason.
Really crafty pass just around underneath a couple Trolls there, able to get the layup to go.
Faked the shot and passed it underneath.
My 5th grade basketball coach used to always say, fake a shot to make a shot.
Looked like that. Righty layup off the top and in for the Trolls. It's Ryan Gearhahn, and it's 68-26. 42-point lead for the red and white. Suter, right wing, swings up top. Right wing 3, Almar Atlason. It's pure. Almar Atlason makes his 4th three-pointer, and the RedHawks are up 71-26 in the second.
He is just on some kind of heater tonight. Just absolutely unbelievable. 13 minutes, and he's got 15 points.
RedHawks are in the 70s now, and Ipsaro intercepts it, slams it off of the foot of Gilzine, and it's Miami basketball. What a heads-up play there by Ipsaro.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, snatched it out of midair and threw it at the feet of a Trinity Christian troll. An unbelievable job, and able to keep it with the RedHawks.
That was off of Jadan Gilzine, and we're at the 16-minute mark, so we'll take a timeout. RedHawks are cruising against the Trolls, 71-26. Stay with us here on Red Hawk Radio. 16 minutes left to go. The RedHawks will move it from right to left. And RedHawks are bringing in Trey Perry, Brant Byers, Tyler Robbins, Kyle Waltz.
Yeah, all freshmen and sophomores here out on the court, so certainly looking to see what they've got with their young crop.
Luke Skowjak as well. So yeah, this is the future of Miami hoops right here. Tyler Robbins on the right wing, hands it off shortly to Trey Perry, bounce down low. Robbins in the high post, 2-on-1, lost the basketball, but Skowjak picks it up. Nice little pass there, but it was intercepted by Petkovic.
A nice find.
Trolls have numbers. Near corner three, that one rims off by Gearhan, but the rebound is cleaned up. Righty layup, too strong. Big man board for Robbins, and the RedHawks get a stop.
Yeah, nice stop, and I think they got a little lucky because that was a good shot there. Just not able to make it through as Gearhan.
Waltz over to Robbins, then on the left side to Skowjak. Back over to Waltz, then in the corner for Byers, and he slams it down. Big man flush for Brant Byers, and the RedHawks lead 73-26.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's the kind of big dunk we were looking for today. It felt like a matter of time.
And we've got an offensive foul on the Trolls. It looked like it was on George. And it is.
Yeah. Yeah, just too physical there. Can't do that.
Two-handed flush for Brant Byers. I mean, we saw a lot of that last year. We've seen Ian Elmer bring in some big-time flushes.
They have some guys who can really crash the rim, and so that's why I think we were both surprised to see they really weren't able to do a whole lot of that as far as like dunks are concerned in the first half. So glad to see they finally got a big one here.
Here's Skowjak, feed inside for Robbins over the top, and this is coming right back. That was Martin who stepped on the line. It'll be Miami basketball on the near baseline.
They got really lucky there on that pass. That was a bad pass, and it should have been Trinity Christian ball, but thankfully stepped out there.
73-26. Miami almost up by 50 points.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay. On the baseline, high pass to Waltz. Short hand off Perry, back to Waltz, then they kick over. Kateki, left wing three. Rimmed out, big man board for Robbins. Loses the ball, puts up a shot. He was fouled on his way up. Robbins understandably frustrated for that. Got a whistle. Thought initially it was going to be a technical maybe.
Yeah, it looks
because I've
like
seen those happen sometimes.
Given him a technical. Are they?
Hope not.
I mean, hope not too.
I want to stay as unbiased as I can, but that's really soft.
Yeah.
Because he didn't say anything, and looks like it's going to be a technical foul.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give Tyler Robbins a technical foul on that because he slammed the ball after. Admittedly, he should have made a really close, almost basically a dunk. It was a scenario he had actually first half actually, but this time slammed the ball out of frustration. The refs, I guess, weren't tolerating it. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I completely agree with you though. I'm not a fan of that call in the least.
Danny Staskunis at the free throw line, and he makes them both. The third-year man.
I guess that's just kind of a lesson though. As a freshman, you just kind of have to have some composure because he is going to get to shoot 2 free throws, but it is still going to be the ball, Trinity Christian ball after this.
Yeah, even in a game like this, still learning lessons.
Right. Plenty of lessons to learn here, especially for a young freshman like Robbins.
Robbins misses the first free throw. Trinity Christian bench now, letting them hear it.
I'm not sure if I were Trinity Christian how much I would be talking, given the score, but, you know, that's just me.
And Robbins gets the friendly roll. So he splits the trip, 74-28. And now we see Elmer come back in.
Looks like Travis Steele's having a quick conversation with Tyler Robbins as he gets subbed out.
It's Wandy Munoz moving on the right side. Searching for open bodies. Petkovic looking to pass it, taken away by Elmer, and he's off to the races, trying to go around the back, and he
really
was fouled.
Physical. Yeah, I actually think that was he was getting mugged up the court. I mean, for about a quarter of his way down the court, he had multiple guys with hands on him. I'm shocked it took him that long to blow the whistle, but I think they're just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
There'll be a foul on Ognan Petkovic, his fourth. It looked like Brant Martin was right there too.
Martin, yeah.
But it'll be on Petkovic, so his fourth. He's got one more.
Yeah, a lot of fouls given today by the Trinity Christian Trolls here. Only 5 given by Miami, 14 for Trinity Christian.
And Elmer makes the first free throw. In this game, Miami, they're 6 for 10 from the free throw line.
I'm sure that's also going to be a point of emphasis for Coach Steele. That was something that I feel like a lot of RedHawks did pretty well last year, was shoot the free throws. So, and obviously it's a smaller sample size, but you definitely want to make those free points when you can get them.
They made something like 15 free throws in their game against Old Dominion. They're on pace to get close to that. Second free throw is good from Elmer, and it's 76-28. Miami dominating Trinity Christian. Right side. Here's a 3. This one missed everything, but
yeah, big air ball.
Garrett Green collects it. Falling away jumper. He missed everything there again, and it's rebounded by Elmer.
Yeah, good defense there by Jackson Katecki. Completely face guarded him. Real tough fadeaway shot.
Well, it's swift bouncer, but this is going to go against the RedHawks. It'll be a loose ball foul.
Couldn't quite see.
On Jackson Katecki.
Okay, I was going to say, I couldn't tell you who drew that foul. Gotcha.
So Katecki will get the foul, and it'll be Trinity Christian ball. 13:56 left to go. We're close to a media timeout. RedHawks almost up by 50 points.
Yeah.
48-point lead. Wandy Munoz up top, straightaway three-pointer. This one rimmed out on the right side from Martin.
It's been those open shots that Trinity Christian has been missing today, and I feel like that's what's made it such a big difference. And obviously, you know, there's been plenty of opportunities for Miami to get those free buckets too, but it feels like especially the Trolls have missed a lot of those.
Ian Elmer hopscotch inside, had Katecki right there, but it bounced off of a Troll. No, they're going to say it's, and now they change it back.
Yeah.
So it should have stayed with Miami initially, and it stays true there.
Yeah, I was confused there for a second. I was like, how in the world did that end up in Trinity Christian's hands? But good catch there from the refs.
Perry on the baseline, Miami up by 48. Here's Luke Skowjak getting a screen, the sophomore. Feed inside for Katecki. Lefty layup, too strong.
And you could tell that bench wants it for him so bad. A veteran who just hasn't been able to get a lot of playing time last year, but getting some run this year.
Brandon Adorno makes a layup. Nice feed from Wandy Munoz, and it's 76-30. Here's Katecki outside of the free throw line, has Trey Perry driving inside the paint, kicks out, right wing 3 for Waltz. It's good.
Sure.
Kyle Waltz, another three-pointer, his third of the night, and the RedHawks are up by 49.
It's hard to lose very many games when you're shooting 61% from 3 on 21 shots. That's a great job offensively from the RedHawks.
Green. Working inside is Martin, and he was fouled. 2 RedHawks sandwiched him.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. He just kind of got stuck in between, and they were just a little too physical. And ultimately, Elmer gets the foul.
Yeah, I feel like on those you could have given it to either of them.
Yeah, I agree. It
oh well.
certainly, I was going to say, it kind of just feels like whoever's closer to the ref, who's more clear of a view for the ref to see.
And we got some sort of violation going the other way.
Looks like somebody got hit in the stomach. It looks like it might have been, yeah, it looks like Elmer got an elbow to the face or yeah, I think he did. I think he took an elbow to the nose perhaps because he's still kind of holding his face or whatever. And yeah, it looks like they're going to take a review. Yeah, I was going to say, I think they're going to look at this, see if it's a technical.
It happens so quick. Obviously, you're not looking at everyone super carefully. They're saying this is on Garrett Green, and if so, that would be Green's 3rd foul. But
yeah,
kind of interesting.
I was going to say, that one, like you said, that happens so far away from the ball, too, that it's like it's hard to tell what exactly happened there.
Take a look at the booth review, courtesy of Sean's laptop.
I'll tell you, too, the way that Elmer walked off, he walked like a man who had been hit in the face for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to, you can only sell that so much. It kind of does just take some, it kind of does just, it hurts. It hurts. You kind of can't fake that pain. Yeah, it's hard to see. You really can't see who.
Yeah, I think like right here. Let's see.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it looked a little incidental.
I think they're
I
going
don't
to
know
call
if
this
it's
a common.
incidental or not.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think they are just going to call this a common foul, though, on the elbow.
So Elmer was working his way up towards the top of the key, and then he caught an elbow from Garrett Green. So it'll be third foul on Garrett Green. Call is confirmed. Miami basketball moving from right to left. Ipsar almost drew a foul from Wandy Munoz. And it's handed off to Jackson, Kentucky from Kyle Waltz. Here's Elmer going left, drawing two. Kentucky down low, Skowjak.
Good
Elmer
passing.
near corner three, and he drills
man.
it. Ian Elmer gets into the 80s, and it's 82-30 RedHawks over the Trolls.
Yeah, great passing from everybody for the RedHawks, and that's the kind of stuff I'm sure that's teach tape right there for Coach Steele.
Now we see Silas Spalding, the former Franklin College Grizzly, coming in. RedHawks
what
get
a
a steal.
play.
Beautiful reverse pass there from Kentucky, falling away out of bounds.
I mean, Kentucky looked like a tight
Wow.
end, corralling that ball, and then behind the back pass to get that back into play and to draw the foul for Miami. Great athleticism for the 6'9" junior, or senior rather.
And the foul is on Brant Martin, so that'll stop the clock at 11:51. And with that, we'll take a break. Miami's up 52. We'll see if they can stretch it even more. You're listening to Miami men's basketball on Red Hawk Radio. $11:51 left to go, and it'll be Evan Ipsaro shooting free throws.
Yeah, we were just talking about this at the break. Ipsaro really just hasn't made a lot of contributions offensively, but he really hasn't had to. I mean, we said 5 players in double digits, and Brent Byers with 1 point away from making that 6, and Ipsaro too with 4 steals and 3 assists, really doing the point guard's work there, making his contribution in other ways aside from scoring.
Ipsaro makes the first, here's the second, and he is good. 2 for 2. As a reminder, Trinity Christian 9 personal fouls, so Miami will be shooting free throws. Left side tipped away, and Peter Suter, or excuse me, that is Blake Anderson. Looked like a similar number.
Yeah, it did.
Blake Anderson inside for Tyler Robbins, but it's touched out of bounds by Trinity Christian.
Yeah, they're really starting to empty the bench here.
This is Eli Yofin.
I was gonna say, because that was Eli Yofin on the deflection there, but yeah.
And this will be a foul, actually. It'll be the 10th, so Miami in the double bonus, and Tyler Robbins will make the first free throw.
I know we saw this with Reese Potter last year, a guy who's that big who can really shoot the ball from pretty much anywhere on the court. Those 6'10 plus guys who can really shoot the ball like this, they don't grow on trees. And the fact that Travis Steele has been able to get 2 different players with that skill set kind of speaks to his recruiting ability because, yeah, those guys, those are tough to find, and they're always a really big asset when you do have them.
Robbins makes them both. It's 86-30. RedHawks up by 56. Here's Brandon Adorno spinning away, getting 2 RedHawks to miss. Pushes up top, intercepted by Yofin, and the RedHawks have numbers. Ipsaro right wing, goes on the left side. Skaljak up top, Yofin, the senior, and back over Ipsaro. Here's Robbins just outside of the free throw line, over to Suter. Kick in the corner, Yofin for 3 on the far side. It's good.
You could tell that whole bench was waiting for him to get that one. They were rooting for him just the way they were Kentucky earlier.
The senior from Pittsburgh makes it count, and the RedHawks are up 89-30. Then the other way, Aiden Salati over the top, gets the layup to fall over Robbins, and it's 89-32.
Yeah, Yofin a walk-on. I mean, that's certainly, those are the guys you love to see get those kind of opportunities.
Nice ball movement by the RedHawks up top. Skaljak thought about a 3, step back 3 on the right side, and he gets the friendly roll.
That was a line drive shot he had there too, but like you said, able to get the friendly roll.
Circled around and sunk in, and the RedHawks are up by 60, 92-32. Lefty layup the other way by a Trinity Christian troll, number 11. That is Spalding.
Yeah.
And it's 92-34. Bouncer down low. Suter over to Yofin, then back to Suter on the right elbow. Back up to Yofin. Yofin circling around. Shot clock at 10. Ipsaro near wing 3, and he drills it. Another 3-pointer for the RedHawks. Their 8th of the half, and the RedHawks lead 95-34 in the second.
Yeah, great cross-court pass there from Yofin to find Ipsaro. Really good vision there.
Spalding against Skaljak, and this is going to be a travel.
Yeah, it took about 4 steps on that one. That was a pretty easy call.
Travel to California there.
Absolutely, could have gone back to Orange County.
Yep.
It's good to see, though, that they're getting some run for these younger guys, some of these walk-ons and stuff like that. So certainly they can get their minutes, but also, especially for these young guys, this is such a crucial time for their development. A chance to get some, not have to just play the practice players all the time.
We'll see if we see Ethan Wright or Justin Kirby coming in. A couple other players that haven't really played. Beautiful feed. Atlason to Brant Byers on the 2-hand flush. 97-34 Miami.
I think it's interesting, too, is Travis Steele is experimenting with some different combinations as far as height and skill position players, skill set, rather. You don't usually see guys like Atlason and Byers on the court together consistently because they kind of fill similar roles, but I'm curious to see if I think he's curious to see how their skill sets fit together.
Brant Byers inside, Suter up top, fake the pass, now he kicks in the corner, Perry for 3, it's good again. Miami hits their 13th 3-pointer tonight, and it's 136 RedHawks.
This was the kind of day you were certainly hoping to have, as makes the layup there, but yeah, that's exactly what you were hoping for offensively for Miami.
Up top, Suter driving inside, kicking out Atlason, deep left wing Trey. Doesn't get it there, but in comes the flying Byers. Atlason over to Eli Yofin. Yofin in the corner, step back 3 from Trey Perry, looking like James Harden there.
Yeah, with the
and that'll be a
exaggerated step back for sure.
That'll be a turnover on the RedHawks. One too many steps. I mean, how about this? 100 points. Won't be the last time we see the RedHawks score 100 points, especially
Certainly
with
not.
The schedule that they've got this year. They play multiple non-D1 teams.
Yeah, I certainly don't expect this to be the last time, but my gosh, you still have 8 minutes left in the game too.
Deep 3-pointer on the left wing side. Won't go for Stas Kunis, and in comes Almar Atlason.
They're running the offense right now is just running like these Loyola Marymount teams from the early 90s, just the run and gun kind of style.
Atlason over the top, whipped it. looking to Brant Byers, but it was tipped out of bounds by a pair of Trolls, and it'll be Miami basketball with 7:52 left to go. The RedHawks have hit the 100 mark, and with that, we'll take a break. You're listening to Miami men's basketball on RedHawk Radio. Welcome back inside Millett Hall. 7:52 left to go in the second. RedHawks 100-38 lead. Waltz, right wing three for Trey Perry. He drills it again. Another three-pointer for Trey Perry, his second of the night, and it's 103 Miami, 38 Trinity Christian.
That is 7 of the last 8 three-pointers now that the RedHawks have hit. I mean, they just seemingly just can't miss from downtown.
Garrett Green against Tyler Robbins on the elbow. Then back to Garrett Green on the right wing. Comes inside, takes a jumper, and this one comes up short, rebounded by Trey Perry, and he lost the basketball. Floated the other way. A tug on Waltz's jersey. Could have been a foul on Munoz, but no whistle. Left wing three, another for Perry. It's good again. Back-to-back three-pointers for Perry. 106. Miami leads.
That's another guy in double digits now. Make that 7 double-digit scorers.
Oh, my goodness. Trey Perry looking great tonight.
Yes, he is. I think this performance tonight is definitely going to, you have to imagine, would earn him a few more minutes off in the rotation.
Nice feed inside Harris getting Salati, and it's 106-40 Miami.
My guess is for this year, his role is going to be similar to what Ipsaro has done, the kind of offense in a bottle kind of, to kind of counter, give them that spark off the bench, especially with some of the guys like Robbins and stuff.
All Miami players have made a three-pointer except Kateki. I mean, they have shot the lights out.
Yeah, 20 of 29 total for 69%. And like you said, 8 of the last 9 threes have fallen for Miami, and up to 107 now with that free throw.
And it's Kyle Waltz is at the free throw line as he was fouled on his way up on Aiden Salati. 60 points off of three-pointers. That's pretty good.
You can live with that for sure if you're Travis Steele. That's great job offensively, and these are the kind of days you like to have, especially in these games where you really want to make sure you get your young guys as much run as possible.
108-40 Miami ahead, up by 68. We'll see if they can make it 70. we got a foul on the court here. It looks like it might be on Robbins.
Yeah, Skaljack is, I think, who they're going to call that one on. So I'll be Skaljack's first.
Foul trouble for the RedHawks non-existent. Only one RedHawks player has 2, and that's Robbins. In the corner, Salati driving inside against Kateki, puts up a righty layup, and it's rebounded by Kateki. Nice defense by the Chicago man.
I would argue Robbins' second foul, too, wasn't even worth a foul. So it's really hard to argue that any guy has more than one real foul in my eyes.
Working around the back, nice move by Kateki, and he cycles back up top to Skaljack. Over on the left side, Robbins circling down low against George, and they kick back up top. Here's Kateki spinning around, corkscrew move, and he lost the basketball against Salati, and he lost it.
It was a great move that he did. He actually had some separation down low, but just lost his handle too strong and went out of bounds.
RedHawks have also made 11 three-pointers in this second half. They made 9 in the first. Here's Tylen Harris, step back, 3, NBA range.
Yeah.
And he did not get it to go.
Yeah, that was a very deep 3 there. A little surprised by that shot selection, but did not go.
Robbins over to Yofen down low. Skaljack in the corner, faked the 3. He goes to the cup, lefty layup, no. Second chance finish, and Robbins cleans it up with a pair. Miami's up by 70, 110-40.
Yeah, another offensive rebound for Robbins. He's really done a really great job. It's what, 3rd offensive rebound for Robbins, and several of those points he's had tonight have been off of those offensive rebounds.
Near corner 3 from Salati, missed everything. And Skaljack races the other way. This feels like a possession where you can hold things.
Yeah, getting to the under 5-minute mark now, you certainly feel like you could, but Miami just operating with the same level of aggression.
Free throw jumper for Skaljack is on point there. No one was even within a zip code of him.
And what this feels like is you get the local YMCA team against the AAU team right now, with the way that feels like this, the way the threes have been falling tonight.
And one there for Tylen Harris against Luke Skaljack, and it'll be free throws.
Yeah, something to keep in mind. Obviously, we've been talking about the domination from 3 for Miami, but Trinity Christian just one of their last 13 from 3. They just have not been able to get anything going offensively from beyond the arc.
And here is Tylen Harris at the free throw line, the Indianapolis native, and he makes the free throw. So he converts the 3-point play. He is up to 7 points on the night. Or check that, 6.
Only one guy in double digits for Trinity Christian. It's Adorno with his 11 points, 5 for 10. Averaging 17 coming into this game, so it made sense that he's going to be the offensive firepower, but he's in foul trouble, so that kind of hurt them offensively.
Tyler Robbins upstairs was fouled by George, and that'll stop the clock at 4:18. I want to see the record for threes in Millett Hall. 23 pointers. I mean, that's got to be.
You gotta imagine that's up there, don't you?
Coming up there. There is Waltz at the free throw line, and he makes the first one. Miami, as well, has made 15 free throws. So about the same of what they had in the last game. And now it looks like we have a new Red Hawk coming in. This is Brady Ganley, the freshman. Freshman from Brecksville, Ohio. Same area and same high school as Luke Skaljack, by the way. And the second free throw is good for Waltz. 114-43 Miami over Trinity Christian. Right wing 3 for TCC. No. Second chance opportunity. George. Nice box out by Robbins to grab the miss.
Yeah, great job there from Robbins. He's been terrific today, really making his presence known. Oh,
and Robbins gets the and one. He came up for the dunk, lost the ball, but it floated in. And not sure if they'll count that as a dunk or not, but either way, big man went up there, brought it down, and the RedHawks will get they'll get another and one coming up.
Yeah, that was some big time strength he had there.
RedHawks will Heading into the break ahead 116-43, and we will take a break here inside Millett Hall for one of the last immediate timeouts. Back from our break, the RedHawks are up 116-43, and Tyler Robbins a chance for a three-point play. He's got 16 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double for the big man.
Yeah, we were just doing some little bit of research here, though, with currently at 116 for Miami. That puts them right now 5th all-time in single-game points record, the record being 141 versus Defiance last year in their December 30th game. But the second place is 123 in a 2017 game. So that looks like a record that is very reachable as they make that free throw there.
Yeah, 7 more points. RedHawks up 117-43. Up by 74. RedHawks are swarming pressure. Now we see Ethan Wright coming in. Working down low, left wing three from Tylen Harris. No, it rims out, and another rebound for Kyle Waltz. He has 19 points and 6 rebounds.
That's a good stat line for any basketball player, especially only in 21 minutes, too.
Inside comes Kyle Waltz, and he lays it in with the right hand, and Miami leads 119-43, 4 points away. I mean, Kyle Waltz, this is a guy that not a lot of people knew about, but
he wasn't even the most heralded recruit coming into this season. It felt like it was either Robbins or Perry, and he's really proven that he deserves to be a part of this rotation.
Brady Ganley faking the three. Righty floater is good again, and Miami's within 2 of the record, 121-43. This offense has looked excellent tonight. Righty layup is off from Brant Martin, but it'll be 2 free throws. Stops it at 2:54. So
I'll tell you, one thing I find interesting is, and it makes sense given that it's all guys who really who aren't getting a ton of run aside from Waltz, but you know, they're really running the offense as they normally would. They're really making sure they get down the court quickly, get a good shot off quickly, because that's kind of the Travis Steele offense, is getting a lot of open looks and making it as efficient as possible, and something that Miami's done really well all day today, and they're continuing it against a pretty overmatched opponent.
First free throw for Martin is good, and here's the second one. As a team, only 4 for 6 from the free throw line are the Trolls. And now 5 for 7 as he makes the free throw. 121-45. The RedHawks trying to get to the second most points in Millett Hall history. Here's Kyle Waltz with almost the hammer, but he
a little
came
short
down. Yeah, a little bit short there, and he's going to be fouled. So he can tie the record with free throws.
And another interesting aside here as far as records are concerned. 42 field goals made for Miami. The current record is 53, but they could get into top 10 all time with a couple more field goals here. And 3-point field goals, the record is 22. They actually did that 2 separate times, both of which were last year. Right now they're at 20, so certainly a chance to tie or break some records tonight.
You got 2:44 left. Waltz makes the first one up to 20 points, and he makes the second. 123-45, need one more point for second all-time in Millett Hall history for points in a single game. Here's Wandy Munoz splitting the defense,
Good
getting
pass.
through a couple and working up top. Wandy Munoz again puts up a shot, and he'll get the foul call. Looked like it was on Yofin, but it could have been on Brady Ganley. Well, it's good to see all the freshmen and practice players who don't usually get some time playing well against Trinity Christian.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, but I think that kind of just shows you the standard that Steele has set is if even the practice guys are still performing with this high of an level of execution, you can see why these starters are performing at such a high clip. You don't win 25 games without some pretty good practice players too, so makes sense that they have some real talent deep in the bench there.
Both free throws are good from the Dominican Republic man, and it's 123-47. Eli Yofin, right side, driving in, has Kyle Waltz, puts up a shot. He's fouled, and he can get into second place all time with a free throw here. Waltz has 23 points. 23, 6, 2, and 1. It's an NBA stat line.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to say. I feel like that's the kind of stuff you'd hear about in the NBA.
And Waltz misses the first free throw. Also shooting an efficient 7 for 8 from the floor, 3 for 4 from deep, and 6 for 8 from the free throw line. I mean,
yeah,
legitimate
about as good as you can ask.
Star game right there.
Yeah. No, Miami as a whole, though, has been shooting the ball really well. Pretty much everybody misses the second one, too.
Missed them both. So the record still stands. They're tied at third right now. 2:07 left to go. This is Spalding. Going right side, Wandy Munoz behind the back pass. Nice passing on display by Trinity Christian. Lefty layup over the top is good for Silas Spalding, and it's 123-49 Miami. Waltz directing traffic like a veteran. Hands over straight away to Yofin, then up top, Katecki. Kicks down low, Brady Ganley, left wing three for Ganley.
Oh.
It rattles in, and Miami leads 126-49, second most points in Millett Hall history in a single game. Up top, this one missed everything. That was Vincent, and we've got a foul the other way.
Looks like
Stops it at 125.
Looks like Ethan Wright might get some free throws here. Or is it? Yeah, it looks like, Ethan Wright's going to get some free throws here.
I mean, to your point, if the RedHawks clean things up maybe in the first half a little bit, they might have a chance for that record, but you got...
and that's what's incredible is they still put 100. They've already put up 126 despite some, you could argue they left at least a dozen points on the board from some really big miscues.
And Ethan Wright makes the first one. Junior from Philadelphia, went to Spring Valley Academy. That's how you know you're in a blowout when you don't even have some of these players on your score sheet.
Right.
And he makes the second one. RedHawks are up 128-49. Tight pressure. Left wing three for Spalding. Comes up short. Katecki almost got the rebound, but it finds its way back to Wandy Munoz.
RedHawks shooting 70% from three now after that.
Wow. Inside Spalding, around the world, circling around three RedHawks. Wright falls on the basketball, and it'll be Miami basketball with a minute left. A minute clean. See if they can get into 130.
Yeah.
That would be a big statement. RedHawks are up by 79 points.
Yeah, made 8 of their last 9 field goals and 9 of their last 10 three-pointers. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, and that's the kind of stuff you like to see. Regardless of opponent, you'd love to see that they can shoot the ball with just about anybody in America. They could do it. I mean, last year we saw that they could shoot with just about anybody, and even though they lost, Cam Kraft, who is an unbelievable shooter himself, but, they still have a ton of shooting to go around, and it's been on full display today, as you can tell from the offensive output.
Wright misses the first one. This one would be for an 80-point lead. No pressure. And he makes the second one. Miami's up by 80, 129-49. What a win it's going to be for the RedHawks.
Certainly.
We'll see if they can keep the 80-point, but doesn't really matter. Wandy Munoz between two defenders. Righty layup, puts up a shot. He was fouled, and he'll go to the line for a pair.
I love, though, that despite the score, that Trinity Christian is still playing so hard, especially Munoz. Munoz just feels like he has been playing with a little fire in his belly the last few minutes. He's made some really tough shots and really been going after some rebounds tonight.
The Bryant and Stratton transfer at the JUCO level in Wisconsin. Bryant and Stratton, actually this year, they open up their season against Wilberforce, a local NAIA team. Missed the first free throw, and here is the second. And it rims out. Lead stays at 80 for the RedHawks. Eli Yofen over to Brady Ganley. Ganley lost the basketball, stripped away by Spalding. Off to the races, and it's blocked.
Oh.
Blocked by Yofen.
Left it up there a little too long.
Left wing three-pointer. This one missed everything. That was from Miller, and Miami will have it for the final 25 seconds or so. Shot clock is dark. It's RedHawks basketball, and they're going to hold on to this one. We'll see if Trinity Christian decides to foul. Wouldn't make much sense. Wandy Munoz wants to foul.
Yeah.
Get a chance at one more point, but they won't. And with 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 1 second, and the RedHawks will end off Friday night with a bang. Miami opens up the home slate, going 2-0 on the week here at home, and they cap off an exciting Friday night with an 80-point victory over Trinity Christian. The RedHawks win 129-49, and they scored the second most points in Millett Hall history tonight. What a special night for Miami, Sean.
Absolutely, and second in three-pointers made in program history as well in a game. And yeah, I mean, you really can't, especially offensively, you can't ask for that much better of a performance. And I'm sure, and the crazy part is, we said this whole game, is there's still stuff to clean up. So the sky really is the limit for this Miami squad when you think about it, because even though their opponent, Trinity Christian, was a little overmatched, they still played with incredible tenacity and fire tonight, and really showed that they're capable of playing with anybody in the country.
21 three-pointers. That basically looks like points in the paint almost. 21 for 30 from deep. 43 for 63 from the floor. The RedHawks had 7 players in double figures, with freshman Kyle Waltz leading the charge with 23 points and 6 rebounds. And the RedHawks win by 80 points, 129-49, in a game that saw a lot of bench players get some minutes. And with that, Miami improves to 2-0, and they will take on the Air Force Falcons in Colorado next Saturday. They'll take on a Mountain West team who last year we saw Peter Suter score 42 points against here at home. This will be a road game. It'll be November 15th, next Saturday at 2 o'clock against the Air Force Falcons. Meanwhile, for Trinity Christian, they'll take on Cleary in Rochester Hills, Michigan on next Friday. So both teams get some time off. And with that, that's going to do it here inside Millett Hall. From Sean Wiesemann, my name is Andrew Relvas, signing off. We hope you have a great rest of your Friday night. And with that, we'll turn it over to Jake Zirolli for the Red Hawk Radio post-game show.
Hello and welcome to post-game coverage of Miami RedHawks men's basketball on Red Hawk Radio. My name is Jake Zirolli. I'm back with you to close out the night. It's been a long day for me, 2 basketball games, but I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm here to close out with you guys for a few more minutes of coverage. Miami rolls in this game, winning by an absurd 80 points, 129 to 49. A lopsided scoreline here at Millett Hall. Miami having no trouble dispatching the Trinity Christian Trolls. Let's get into some stat leaders. Our scoring leader was the same as halftime, Kyle Waltz, with 23 points on 7 of 8 shooting, including 3 of 4 from three-point line, and 6 of 9 from the free throw line, adding 6 rebounds and 2 assists for a really, really solid line from the freshman from Elmhurst, Illinois. He only played 1 minute last game. Now he is a 20-point scorer in just his second ever game for the RedHawks. So a bright future is ahead for this kid. I'm saying this kid like he's not my same age. Our next highest scorer is Tyler Robbins, same as halftime, with 17 points, 5 of 9 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, 6 of 7 from the line with 10 rebounds as well. So nearly a 20 and 10 double-double for him, 17 and 10 for him. Really, really nice basketball from the freshman from Pittsburgh. Also in double figures, we had Almar Atletson with 15, Ian Elmer with 14. We had Brant Byers with 11, Trey Perry with 11, and Peter Suter with 10. So very even scoring for the RedHawks. The only one who got in and did not score was Jackson Katecki, the junior, 6'9", 220-pound forward from Chicago. For Trinity Christian, the leading scorer was Brandon Adorno with 11 points and 5 of 10 shooting. Their other higher scorers was Garrett Green with 8. He was the halftime leader. And then 2 guys with 6 points. We had Tylen Harris, the Glen Oaks transfer from Indy, and Aiden Salati, the sophomore from the St. Ambrose transfer from Oviedo, Florida. So those were the scoring leaders for Trinity Christian. Other good stat lines, Salati and Green with 3 rebounds each. Gilzine, though, Jaden Gilzine from East Hartford, Connecticut, leading the line with 4 rebounds, along with Wandy Munoz also with 4 rebounds. 3 players with 2 steals, Solani, Adorno, and Odion Petkovic, who unfortunately did not record any points. He had 2 steals and 4 fouls. 24 personal fouls for the Trolls, 13 for Miami. Turnover battle was relatively even. Trinity Christian losing it 18 of their own to 14 of Miami's, but at the end, the points off the turnovers made the difference. Miami with 34, Trinity Christian with just 2. It was just a lopsided affair. There's not a whole lot else to say. Travis Steele has to be happy with how his team conducted themselves. They shot the ball really, really well, Miami did. 22 of 29 from the charity stripe, 70% from 3. That is absurd, ladies and gentlemen. 21 of 30 from three-point land, 68.3% from the field. Really, really, really good shooting from Miami. Marksman's ability from these guys, and just really good stuff to take going into a tough non-conference slate. Going around the rest of college basketball, UConn up big against UMass Lowell, 106-48. Texas Tech, the 10th-ranked Red Raiders, up 59-47 over Sam Houston. Illinois up 59-27 over the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Wisconsin beating MAC rival Northern Illinois 50-30 as the first half winds down there. Utah Tech and Arizona are just halfway through the first half. They are up 23-14. Purdue ended up pulling out the win 87-77 at Mackey Arena, so avoiding a scare for number 1. They may drop, though, after that unconvincing performance against Oakland. Kentucky trouncing Valparaiso 107-59, and North Carolina winning the Battle of the Blue Bloods 87-74 over the Kansas Jayhawks. So the 25th ranked Tar Heels will surely bounce up the rankings after that. In the MAC, I mentioned Wisconsin beating Northern Illinois. That has now gone to 52-33 Wisconsin at halftime. Kent State beat Cornell in a high-scoring affair, 110-102. The Golden Flashes prevail over the Big Red. The Buffalo Bulls won by 7 at home, 83-76 over Green Bay, and Ball State ended up pulling away from Mansfield, eventually winning it by 30, 84-54 at Worthen Arena in Muncie, Indiana. That's all for the whip around coverage. Now looking ahead to some of Miami's schedule. They next go to Air Force on Saturday for a matchup with the Falcons. Then they come back to Millett for 5 straight games, actually. Mercyhurst, Arkansas Pine Bluff, UNC Greensboro, IU East, which I'm sure is another D2 or D3 program, and then the Maine Black Bears on December 6th before they head out for a little bit of a road trip for the rest of the non-conference schedule. That is actually going to do it for our post-game coverage. Thank you for listening to a presentation of Miami RedHawks men's basketball on WMSR Red Hawk Radio. My name is Jake Zirolli. Thank you for listening to us. Hope you have a great rest of your night wherever you are. And please continue to watch our streams. We appreciate it more than you guys know. This has been a presentation of Miami RedHawks Athletics on WMSR Red Hawk Radio. Thank you.